What it is, it's your boy Dutch the Damon, and you now watching Damon Time with Dutch. On today's episode of Prison Stories Uncut, we over the old jail in that castle with it. Now, this situation took place over 20 some odd years ago. I was on that farm, in that castle, and there was a white boy came into jail, right? He was one of the ones run out a bill, burn the section up, then roll out to another jail. Don't never pay his debts, right? But he was mean on the ink slinging tip. Sling that ink like a monster. He was mean on the tattooing, right? So I remember them from down BCCC owed me $1.50. Here it is, 2 years later, I run back into him on that farm. As soon as he see me, his eyes light up like a Christmas tree. I run down on him in the cafeteria like, hey, boy, like how you pulled that Houdini. But that bill's still outstanding, my bro. So I'm gonna need that before you pay anybody else. I know what you get ready to do. I know you getting ready to sling that ink. Grease my palms first. Yeah, I got you, Dust. I got you, man. Don't worry about nothing, man. You know I'm gonna do my thing. I got you, my band about that, all of that, right? I had a lot of people on my back, man. Yeah, all that. Take care of me first. Cause really, I'm being nice. I could just go up beside the back of your shit for pulling that Houdini like you did. But I'm gonna let you go ahead on the walk. He like, man, I appreciate that, man. Oh, no problem, Dust. I'm gonna take care of you, man. I got you. That's my word. I got you, man. Sorry about that. He put his hand out like he gonna shake my hand. I walk off. Fuck, I'm gonna shake your hand for. So long story short, probably like 2 weeks go by. He done got to go to commissary and get all his materials together that he need to make his tattoo stuff, right? The motor and all that. Now, he nice with it. So dudes is waiting for him to get his shit together, right? The whole team, dudes done went to commissary and put stuff aside just to pay him. Now, he ain't even in no gang, right? But if you've been in the Maryland system, you know about the Dugs, the DMI. They usually do a lot of the tattooing in the joint. But because he wasn't with them, but he was white, they figured they gonna swoop down on him, put him up under their umbrella, extort him. But the problem was I was already on that mission. So long story short, he pays me like $75. He did a couple tattoos because he really only be charging like $25 a joint, for real. And you know, it's prison prices. And he definitely ain't gonna charge no members no full price. So he gonna, that's gonna mess with his numbers right there. But he gave me like $75 of money, right? That's when he pulled me up and he was like, yo, Dutch, I be having the money, man. But the Dugs, they on some bullshit. They talking about I gotta pay them. So I'm like, what? I'm like, do you owe them? He like, nah. Now listen, one thing I don't like nobody stepping on my toes. But me personally, my own opinion about myself, I'm not the best with using diplomacy. I'm more of a full-out attack type of guy. So when he tells me that, I'm like, oh, I'm like, man, look, I'm gonna take care of that, boom, right? So I go back on my chair, because he slept on another chair, right? I had to get a little fake pass to get over there. But I slid back. I get on the chair, I pulled the brothers up. I said, man, let me holler at y'all, man. Cause the white boy out of line right now, man. They're like, what's going on? I'm like, man, they got his hand in my pocket, man. But this is what I need you to do. So I got out at one of the little brothers, right? I said, I need you to pull up one of them dudes from off that tier. Cause he was the brother that I knew could talk the best. I'm not a good talker. I said, and I want the message to be clear when you talk to him. Stay out of our business until the business clear. Then they can do whatever they want with him. But he still owes significant balance. So until that's paid off, we'll need them to fall back and keep their shirts on. So the little brother like, all right, that's what it is. I'm gonna go holler at them as soon as they call feed up. When we come out for feed up, I'm gonna holler at them, right? I told him, I said, yeah, take a couple brothers with you. So I'm already thinking like, man, listen, if he come back over here and tell me something I don't want to hear, I'm going south. I'm gonna go ahead and get that motherfucking Blake coming out. And the first one of them boys I see, I'm starting the war. So they call feed up. Long story short, they call feed up. They let our building out. So our building come out, all the tiers together. So we get to talk to everybody in our tiers while we're on our way up. So you know it's a slow walk to go eat. Everybody gonna walk slow so they can holler at who they need to holler at in the building, right? That sleep on another tier. So we slow walk. He go holler at the white boy. They walking in the pack together. He go holler at him. But he ain't pull one of them up. He walked up on the circle where all of them and was like, yo, let me holler at y'all. Boom, right? So I'm tripping off of him. But we already knowing that group and our group not aggressive toward each other. So we knew he was going to be fine walking up on them because they know who he is, you feel me? So he over there rapping with them for like, I'm going to say like a minute and a half. Then he come back, walk over there and holler at me. They talk about he used to be on their team. He used to be a Dug. And he been had to pay off his debt before he could leave. He ain't never paid off his debt. He just left out the jail, so they got to get their money up out of him. Now, I already know what's going on here, right? It's some yank in the jail. And them white boys, they love that yank. They love that smack. So he is bringing in money with the tattoo situation, keeping them up there. You feel me? So they're not about to say, oh yeah, he can pay you, blah, blah, blah. No, these dudes is hypes for real, man. Not all of them, I don't mean it in that way, but I'm just talking about these dudes in this particular situation. But anyway, basically they tell me, nah, we gotta get ours. Now these ones that we had this situation with don't really know me. You see what I'm saying? A lot of them came from down from Cumberland and all of that. They wasn't the ones that we used to in that jail. Cause those ones, they was all right with us. But it just was a lot of new ones in there that we weren't familiar with, right? But anyway, with this new information, I automatically huddle up with the brothers on the wall, let them know, like, man, when we get back in this building, everybody strap up, man. Strap up. Ain't no way in the world you motherfucking playing with me, strap up. So I don't know what they thought, but the white boys must have thought we was gonna stand down and accept how they came, right? But when they seen us huddled up talking like that, I guess this started happening, like, oh, what type of shit they on? You let your habit get the best of you. You let your habit overcloud your judgment, cause you know you don't want none of this. But when we come with no brakes, all gas. So they over there at their table in the cafeteria looking all nervous. They had like 3 tables, they was deep, looking nervous, right? So when we leaving out the cafeteria and we on our way back in the building, like one of the ones, he was real big, bunch of tattoos on his face, big white boy, right? That I was kind of familiar with him, but not like that. I was in a couple buildings with him. We never had conversations. It just was a mutual respect from bitten over the years and keep saying each other, right? He was on that side, I was on my side. But anyway, while we leaving out the cafeteria, he separates himself from the pack, knowing not to walk up on us in no group. He separates himself from the pack and walk up. He's like, hey, Dutch, can I holler at you? Didn't even know he knew my name. But he's like, hey, Dutch, can I holler at you? All the brothers looking at him like, holler at you. But I had my blick on me. I tell the brothers, like, no, I'm good, I'm gonna holler at him. Boom, walk over there, holler at him, right? He like, man, look, I know who you is, man. And I definitely know about the good brothers. Man, don't worry about it. Ain't nothing going on, I can assure you that. I had to talk with those guys at the table. And I told him, man, Dutch, he right, man. Let him get his money first, then we can get ours and roll his ass up out the jail. And he stuck his hand out. He was like, you cool with that? I shook his hand, did his head like that. And he walked off back to his squad. Needless to say, in the middle of the night, white boy checked in again, and I still ain't got the rest of my money. And they ain't get theirs either.